So guys, today is all about this cute little Drosera and how you can grow them from seeds. So stay tuned.
Hi friends, this is Nirmal back again with a new video and I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a while that I have properly posted a video on the channel and I apologize for that. I'm trying to get back into a schedule and into a system where I post regularly, so you can soon expect more videos from the channel. In the meantime, today our subject is sundews or Drosera and how you can grow them from seeds. So stay tuned and see the video completely for a complete image of how you can grow them. This particular care guide mostly discusses about tropical sundews, and there are other exceptions to sundews that will take a different care guide. I will be discussing about those in a different video, but this is the most general sundews that you can find and the most easiest one to grow in a tropical setting. So Drosera Tokaiensis is a naturally found hybrid between Drosera spatulata and Drosera rotundifolia. This species of Drosera is native to Japan and hence the name Tokaiensis. Even though they are carnivorous in nature, they also flower just like any other plant on earth, and these flowers further develop into seeds. The flower of this species opens as well as closes very early in the morning before the sunlight gets very strong. While I was shooting the video, the flowers have already started closing. They might easily deceive us into thinking that they are cute and adorable, but the fact of the matter is, it is a carnivorous plant. They are very effective predators that capture prey and later on digest them for nutritional needs. Now that you are properly acquainted with the plant, let's see how we can grow them from seeds.
So guys, when you talk about Droseras or sundews and their seeds, the first thing that I have to mention is the size of the seeds. They are dust-like, meaning they're very small. Most species of sundews produce very small seeds. So it's very important for you to handle them with care, or you can easily misplace them, or you can easily just an accidental sneeze in front of the seed can just disperse them all over the place and you're never gonna find them again. So be patient and be very slow when you handle a sundew seed. It's also beneficial to have a small sheet of paper, preferably white, and spread your seeds onto the paper so that you have good visibility of them. So for growing your sundew seeds, you need a specific medium. You cannot just use your garden soil for it. And what I prefer or what I use for years right now is a combination of perlite and cocoa peat. I sometimes use perlite and sphagnum moss if the species that I'm trying to grow is a little finicky. So now our particular video, we are focusing on Tokaiensis, Drosera Tokaiensis, and that species grows well in cocoa peat. So we are going to use cocoa peat today. It is in a combination where we mix 1 part perlite to 2 parts cocoa peat, and this works generally okay for me. You can also add a part of silica sand to this, and that also improves the aeration as well as the overall texture of the medium. Sundews prefer a little bit sandy mix, so it's always beneficial if you have silica sand, and you can add that as well.
Try to stick with plastic pots when you are growing sundews or any other carnivorous plant for that matter. Avoid terracotta, cement, or such material which would leach minerals into the soil. So as you can see, I'm filling the pot to the rim with the medium that we prepared. Always press down on the soil or the medium to avoid any air pockets within the medium. Also make sure to use clean and mineral free cocoa peat. If it's not the case, you have to wash it several times before use. Sterilizing your medium before sowing the seeds would prevent any unwanted infections during the germination process. So for that, here I'm using hot boiling water. Please exercise cautions while handling hot water. If you are too young to do this by yourself, please ask assistance from an adult or a caretaker. So once you finish drenching the medium in hot water, keep the entire setup closed for at least half an hour so that the temperature can come back to normal. Once the system cools down, you can take out the pot, and from this point onwards, it's best to keep your hands clean and avoid touching the medium again. Now that we have successfully sterilized the medium, it's time to sow the seeds. You can see that black dust-like particles in the vial. That is actually the seed of this particular species. So for sowing the seeds, first of all, take a small piece of white paper, fold it twice to get a cross indent in the paper. So using the folds of the paper, you can collect the seeds in the center of the paper first, and slowly by tapping the paper over the pot that we have prepared, you can guide the seeds as per your wish onto the medium. To avoid crowding the seeds in certain points of the medium, keep on moving your hands along the surface of the wet medium and try to spread out the seeds as much or as best as you can. To avoid accidentally blowing the seeds away, it's always recommended to wear a face mask during this process. So friends, after this point, you have to mist your seeds with some water. This will ensure good contact with the wet medium and will facilitate easier germination.
So once you're done sowing your seeds in a pot like this, you have to place it in a tray for maintaining a water reservoir or a layer of water beneath the pot. As I said, the medium should be always super wet. It should not be above half line of the pot. So keep just 1 centimeter of water in this tray, and then to maintain the required humidity for the germination to be faster, you can close the entire thing with another transparent, especially don't forget this part, a transparent container. You can even use this method where I just take 1 minute, where I just take the pot, I put it in here, and I use the lid of this particular container to close it up. So this setup works for almost every case. In this case also, you can just maintain a level of water in this container and just close it with the lid and keep it in a place where it's very bright but not direct sun. Most sundews would never germinate if you keep them in the shade, so make sure that they are getting some sort of sunlight, but preferably in the afternoon hours or early morning hours. Most species take around 15 to 45 days to germinate, and that totally depends between what kind of sundew you're trying to grow from seed, so be patient. So guys, in order to show you guys what you can expect from this experiment or from this entire process, I already did one pot 50 to 52 days back, and this is the result. I think I'll take another close-up video of this pot and show you guys the seedlings. So in 50 days, this is what you can expect. I have around 20 plus seedlings in here, and I sowed around 37 seeds in this pot. So you can expect how much seedlings you get from a batch of 37 seeds. And also, this also shows you how slow sundews grow. Within 8 to 9 months, I can expect fully mature sundews out of this batch. If you are growing it in a drier climate, it might take more than that. It might take more than a year to reach fully mature sundew size. So be patient. It's a very slow process but very rewarding at the end of the day. I hope you guys do try it out. Once you reach this stage, you can start exposing your seedlings to stronger light. This will also encourage better growth.
So guys, that was the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys can grow beautiful sundews from seeds that you can obtain from sellers. If you are interested in getting seeds of sundews, you can text me because I do sell them. It's not always available, but whenever it's available, it's posted on my Instagram page.
Friends, thanks for watching till the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something new today, and I hope the video was entertaining enough. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new here. Also share and like the video if you found it entertaining. Also check out other content from the channel. Until next time, this is Nirmal signing off.